In this video, I'll be covering some MetaTrader or MQL4 basics. This will be for beginners. My name is Andrew McLennan, so let's begin. So first off, open up your window or your terminal for MetaTrader 4. Go to the top left-hand corner and click the F4 or the meta quotes. You get a box that pops up that looks like this. Go to the top left-hand corner and click New, Expert Advisor. Hit Next. We're going to call this Basics. EP1. Hit next. So the first thing we want to cover in the basics, guys, for basic functions is first we need to go down to the on tick. And once in the on tick, we're going to be covering the first one as an int. So what is an integer? Or an int. So basically we can go to the meta quotes. So the meta quotes reference. And if here, what an int is basically a whole number. It can go down to the minimum value of negative 2 million to about maximum of 2 million. Okay. Now ints can be used for many different things, for getting values, creating values. You can use it also for indicators too. So once we make our basic, we're going to call this basic, or you can call it A. So when you come to your int, it's called A, where you have a value of 5, for example. So now every time A is used, the value would be 5. Now our next one we're going to cover is a double. Now a double is very simple. It's basically just like an int, but it's going to be a whole non-whole number. So basically going to be like, instead of being 5, it can be 5.002 or 3.005 or 1.6789. Now, the limitations on an int, on a double. So double can go pretty far minimal and its maximum value. So if you're going to use a double and you need to get like a currency pair like pound yen, and you want those extra digits, the double is perfect to use. And we can call this B, or we can equal this as 5.555555, like that. Okay. So our next thing is a string. Now a string is very easy because it basically gives you a written out. So a written thing. So if you look it up right here, you see how this green text? Now if you want text to be on your screen or while trading, you use strings. Now it can be used as a file path. It can be used for HTML. There's a lot of things you can use it for. So what we can use, we're going to give this example. We're going to call this C and be like this. This value, our first C value is going to be hello world, I am here. Now use your parentheses on both ends right here. And now we have our statement. So once we do a print or we can do a comment, we'll be able to see all this material, which I'll show you guys in a bit. So we have our int, double, and a string. Our next one will be a bool statement. And a bool statement is used very, very often. You can use it as for a trading indicator. You can be using it as if this is correct or not correct, for entering a trade, not entering a trade. There's many things you use it for. But a bool comes out as either true or false. And what we can do is make it, this would be D, and make this bool very easy. Say bool equals, say true. So our D value equals true. And what we can do also is to break down, since we get that, we need an if statement. Now if statement is very simple. If this, then this. If this, then else that. But we're going to break down this if statement as simple as possible. So if D equals true, and we use double equals, break that down. Now for this example, we will print the words C. So let's break this down a little bit. This if statement is going to double check or verify if it's true. Now, since we made this bool statement true, it's going to come out and print this statement. Now let's see what this double equals means a little bit. So we have different values. We for the computer to check, for it to check. Double equals means is it not equal to, or is it equal to? Is it not equal to? Is it greater than, less than, or less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to? This is the option that we have in meta quotes, also for MetaTrader 5 too. So you guys can use this as a reference so you guys can put in your logic, okay? So if this is true, then print C, or we can do comment. Now comment will show up on the actual trading screen, and print will show up in the trade journal, okay? Now, if these are true, what happens if they're not true? We use a thing called else. And during this else statement, if it's false, right? And let's say if it's not true, then it's false. We're gonna print. We're gonna do a comment, and then say, and this would be our string that we're writing to the computer, right? I'm sorry, to the program. Does not match. And then we can do the exact same thing, but put a print. And this is the basics on how to use an if and else statement. Okay. Now we want to compile. You can hit F7 or just hit this button for compile. So in this we cover what an int, a double, a string, a bool, an if statement, an else, comment, and print. Now let's see how it works when we run it in Strategy Tester, okay? And we will need to show this on the screen. So here, let's do this. Let's print this also so we can get a visual of it. So we can just do this. We're going to print A, do an equal sign, do a plus, and just put A. And then we can do another one right here. And now we're just getting our values to print out on a screen, okay? And then we do this. And we do B. And when you're adding these together, they're not going to be like addition, since we're adding the variables together. This would be, we already have C, but then we can skip C and just do D. And then D would be equals and plus D. We finish it up with our parentheses and semicolon. Hit compile. There's no errors. So let's see how basics works, okay? So here's our strategy tester. To bring up strategy tester, just go to view, click on this right here, or hit Control R. We're going to go to our expert advisor called basics, episode 1. It doesn't matter the currency pair or the time. Just hit start. Open this up to the maximum, and we'll get this in the top left hand corner if it's true or not, and then we'll show it as if it equals false, okay? Now it shouldn't take too much time loading this bottom screen right here, this loading bar. As long as that works, we'll hit play and you'll see it says hello world, I am here. Go to journal and you'll see it. A equals 5, B equals 555, and D equals true. Hello world, I am here. Now let's start it again, but make it false. Okay. So now we have D equals false, so when it checks, it's going to be not true, so it's going to give us this else statement, and it's going to say it does not match. Okay. We hit up, go back, and make sure you hit compile to see if any errors or any issues, and we're going to hit stop. Okay. And after you hit stop, and hit start again. And now it's going to check the same information. It's not going to read out everything like we did before, but this one's going to be using the else statement. Alright. See? You see right here it says does not match. Go to journal. Does not match, does not match, does not match. And let's go back to the code. So this is how you guys use a basic int, double, string, bool, and if-else statement, and how to compile this in this scenario. So if you have any questions or comments, guys, you guys can contact me either on Telegram. If you have any questions or comments, you can contact me on Telegram or on Discord. Head to my website to get the code. And yeah, please like, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.